All right, welcome to this video. Today we're going to go over adding a routing in Z MRP using this electrical box example. So this is the process flow chart of the electrical box. You can see that there are work centers, there's descriptions of the parts, there's your work center, the description of the part. And then there's these processes, so machine setup, machine runtime, check overall dimensions, and there's actually sequence as well. So there's these lines flowing into another work center, which is for the and component. So you have the part number and the description. And so all of these parts are flowing into this. So today in Z MRP, we're going to set up routings for all of these parts. So we'll head over to Z MRP, and by this point, you've put in the part master. You've entered in all of the parts in the part master, and you've created work centers, and you've created a bill of materials in the product structure. So to add a routing to a part, we're going to go to capacity planning, and then under file maintenance, you head over to routings. Okay. So we're going to leave all of these radio buttons where they are, and we're just going to enter in an assembly. So I clicked here and it says current record has changed, save it now. So I'll just say yes. Well, it says select an assembly part number first. Okay. All right, so it does. So let's do the cake box. Okay, so operation number 10. So a part could go through many operations. It could be, and many work centers. You could have multiple operations within one work center. So in this example, we're going to look at this. So this has 3 operations. So it says machine setup, run the program, and check overall dimensions. So first of all, this is happening in the PR001 work center. So let's select that first. So the work center, we can hit this drop down menu here, and then these come up with really good descriptions. So we're going to choose the PR001 and the operation 10. We're going to enter in the description here. So set up machine. Okay, and then we'll associate a time with that. So machine setup is, what does it say here? It says it's 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, and it has no runtime. So then we will press save. So operation 2, we can add it by pressing the add button, and it's still in the PR001 work center, and so operation 20 is run program, I believe. Run machine program. Okay, and so that took, just going back here, 2 minutes per part. So 0 setup time and 2 minutes per part, or 2 minutes per piece. So then we'll save that. Just fix the description here. Run machine program. And then we'll save. Okay, so at this work center, there is now an inspection. So that takes 0.2 minutes. So check overall dimensions. So we will add another operation to this. So we'll press add. The work center is still at the PR001. It's automatically chosen 30. I believe you can change that. So they skip 10 each time because you might want to add in step or operation 21. And so it's a little bit forgiving. You can stick 10 operations between each operation if you make a mistake. So operation 30 is going to be check over all dimensions. And again, that has no setup time. And so we'll put in 0.2 minutes. So then we'll save. Okay, so this part here has 3 operations. You can toggle between them by pressing these buttons here. And if you want to go to the first and last operations, you can click these outer arrows here. Okay, so we'll save that. Okay, so now we're going to do the next part, the front cover, and I'm going to do it in a slightly different method. So we'll go to the front cover. Now notice it starts at 10 and there's no work center. So that's going to go through the Trump F laser, and it's just going to have one operation, and we're going to do everything in one operation. So our example here, the front cover has a 5-minute machine setup, 2 minutes to run the machine, and 0.2 minutes. So that the run time, you could lump in the check overall dimensions into the run machine program, so that would become 2.2 minutes, and the machine setup would be 5 minutes. So the description could be a bulk thing. So run machine and check overall dimensions. So the setup time is 5 minutes, and the run time is 2.2. And then we'll save. So this only has one operation, which consists of a setting up of 5 minutes and 2.2. So that's exactly the same as the cake box, except in the cake box example, I've broken out all of those operations into multiple operations. And you can see down below the time is individually kept. So there's multiple reasons why you would choose either way. There is no correct way. It's just whatever fits your needs in the manufacturing. So for example, maybe you want to track setup times. So you set up your setup time solely for one operation, and then you can track that operation over time. It could be for quality checks. You want to make sure that each operation is done, so you're breaking them out. You can see that each operation is 10, 20, 30. So you want to make sure that the operators are going through each operation and checking them off. Whereas that's a little bit difficult to do if you go to the front cover, because everything is grouped into operation 10. But from a capacity standpoint, all of the time has been factored into the setup time and the run time for this part. So on a capacity point of view, they're exactly the same as one another for both parts. Okay, so one more thing to talk about. It would be very likely that the front cover and the cake box, since they're made of the same material, would be cut from the same sheet. So you could add a note onto this process flow chart that setup times are shared among parts. So that tells the ERP planner that these two parts share the same machine setup. So for both of these, they're 5 minutes. Now, in here, there's multiple ways you could do that. So for this part, you could delete it. So there is no setup time. Or you split it up among parts. So 2.5 minutes. And we go to the cake box, 2.5 minutes. So that requires you to know how many parts are in there. If you do that, and you can see that it's rounded it to 2 minutes, not 2.5 minutes. So probably the best way to allocate your setup time is just to associate it with one part. So we'll do the 5 minutes here for the cake box, and then for the front cover, we'll just delete the setup time for that part. So anyway, that is how you do a routing for a part. Each and every single made part must have a routing. Otherwise, it will not be made, because you will not have any routings to print for that part. And therefore, your operators won't allocate any material, or the system won't allocate any material for those parts, and those parts will be left out of the assembly package or work routing that you print and send to the factory. All right, so if you have any comments, you can leave them in the comment section, and I'll address them in class. All right, thank you.